Hello, 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 and welcome back, everyone. How you doing? Again, hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me very well. You can see me. Our last webinar in a series of 5 webinars, all about the various Indigo distribution brands. All right, let's look at the chat. Yeah, you can hear us. That's great. So welcome aboard. As always, we're going to wait a couple more minutes for everyone to join in. It's been a crazy week. It's been crazy times in general. So again, thank you very much for joining us here at Indigo, here in the lovely Indigo demo room, where we have the amazing, amazing MX30 home cinema. Yes, David, let's hope for no audio video problems. I agree completely. Please let me know if for some reason you can't hear or see me. That was annoying, especially since I had network issues on the networking webinar, but it is what it is. I mean, there you go. All right, we are waiting for a few more people to join in. We're at 22 out of, I believe, about 35 or 6 that have registered. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes, just a couple more minutes. I hope everyone's good and well, and that we will continue to feel well. All right, yeah. All right, 24. Hello, Rakesh. Hello, Richard. Great seeing you again. Hello again. So Matt, you're saying you're getting more updates from me than from Boris. That's right. And I don't know if anyone's heard, but unfortunately, Boris Johnson actually has coronavirus. He was tested positive, as well as the health minister. Like I said, crazy times. But you know what? We're doing the best of it, I suppose. We're all here. We're growing our knowledge, connecting, if not face to face, if not personally, then here. You know what? I'm enjoying myself in these webinars, and I'm getting some very, very good feedback from you guys. You are enjoying the webinars. So you know what? There you go. We have something good coming out of this whole mess. All right, it's 2:02 right now. We're going to wait 2 more minutes for the last people to join in. I'm actually going to have I'm going to actually create a poll just right now. It's a very, 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 very small poll. The question is this on the poll: what's your level of experience with Elan? All right. So, because this is the Elan webinar, of course, not at all mildly experienced, and I know. There you go. So, one question about what's your level of experience with Elan. I just want to see the board, see feel the crowd, so to speak, feel the room. The answers are either not at all, no experience whatsoever, mildly experienced, or I know everything. And this is, of course, just a joke answer. It's not really that you know everything, but you are confident with Elan. I just want to see what's up, because we can, with Elan, we can go for the very basic stuff, the intro stuff, which can go to the more like advanced features as well, which I also want to talk about if we have the time. So I'm going to create a poll right now. All right, I'm going to start the poll. If you can, everyone can go to the polls tab in the platform, in the showtime, and please answer. Okay. So there you go. The poll's been started. We're getting some answers right now. Brilliant. 10 people answers, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right. 19 answered. Has anyone not answered yet? All right, that's 22. How many people are we at the moment? We're 27 in the chat. So 23 people answered. Anyone? I'm giving you 10 more seconds to answer. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's our results. And you can see right now your results. I'm going to show it to everyone. We have at 70%, 16 of you guys have no experience whatsoever with Elan, absolutely fine. Then we have 6 votes at 25%. There you go, a few more people are answering. So 7 votes at 28% at mildly experienced, and 1 person saying, I know everything. I want to know who that person is. Maybe you want to host that webinar because no one really knows everything about Elan. I'm just kidding, of course. And there you go. So if you indeed answered, I know everything, please let me know. But of course, so that was a joke. So about 70% of the chat, of the attendees here in the webinar don't have any experience with Elan, which is great. That's why we're here. All right. So now that I know how exactly to cover this webinar, absolutely fine. That's great. Hello, Jason. How are you doing? We can actually start. As always, my good friends, we are recording, so this entire thing will be up on the on YouTube by the end of the day. If you have any questions, please do so. Ask the question on the questions tab, because the chat might be drowned. You know, so a lot of people say hi, thank you, chit-chatting. That's absolutely fine. Go and chit-chat away. But in the questions tab, I'm getting a report from this platform, from this webinar platform, about all the questions that have been asked. And I can go over it and see, okay, this was answered over the chat, over the webinar, this one I haven't. I promised to get back to some people on the Ubiquity stuff, and I can get a full report on what kind of actions I need to take after that to give everyone the information they need. So please, if you have any questions, the questions tab is where things are going. Brilliant. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I see so many familiar names here. So I'm for if I missed anyone, for those of you, Dean's asking, Boaz, are you on Instagram? I am not, unfortunately, but I'll open an account just for you, Dean. So you can give me a like on Instagram as well. But just else, like my LinkedIn and my Twitter and my Facebook, they're all just barren. I don't do anything on them. Regardless, where were we? Where were we before Dean asked me about my Instagram? Oh, we were on the introduction. So my name, pretty much everyone already knows me by now with all my webinars. But if you haven't, if it's your first time here, my name is Boaz. I'm with the Indigo Tech and Training team here in lovely, cloudy Bangor, Northern Ireland. Hoping that to see you all at some point face to face instead of here. Hoping that we're all safe, all keeping healthy. If you have any questions, the questions tab is there for you. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get right to it, shall we? Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it, shall we? Welcome to the Elan webinar. This webinar is going to be twofold. The first fold is going to talk a little bit about what I call the essential systems and products. Okay, what are all the Elan hardware? And we're going to go through it pretty quickly. There's just basic stuff on what each of the Elan controllers or the matrices or the remotes, what they do. And I'm going to send everyone this presentation, so don't worry about it too much. The second part is going to be the most interesting part. We're going to do a little bit about demoing programming and the capabilities of the Elan system. So let's start, shall we? Because I'm very excited to show you everything. We're going to start with the Elan system, essential systems and products. First of all, we have the system controllers, the hearts and brains of the system. Then we have the user interfaces. Then the multi-room audios. These are all brand new. Okay, Dante audio over IP. Audio matrices, preamps, extenders, transmitters, everything. Unfortunately, because I haven't had too much of a chance, these are brand new, like literally they came out on the store, on the Elan store yesterday. So I don't have that much information about them. I still need to collect everything. So the Dante stuff will actually be a separate webinar just about the Dante stuff. Just want to tell you that Elan has some exciting new things coming up. And then we have the multi-room video. So those are the 4 things we're going to talk about. So first of all, the Elan system controllers, all of them, what they do is all PoE. If those of you remember from our Ubiquity webinar, we talked a little bit about PoE. All of them they can connect both wired and wirelessly. If you're wirelessly, you can over Wi-Fi. All you need to do is use a power supply, and they may be used as system masters or extenders, meaning that you can have one big one. Let's say the GSC-10 is a really, really big rack mountable, but you need more outputs or you need more control, stuff like that. Then you can get a G1 or SC100 or a GSC2, one of those, which can work very, very well. But before we continue on, before we go to the next slide, because we're on slide number 4 right now, I want to talk a little bit about what the hell is Elan, all right? So what's Elan? First of all, Elan is a home automation platform, meaning it can control various devices, various control systems all throughout the house. And instead of having separate apps for, Reiko or Lutron or Hitmize or an app for your Sonos or an app for your HEOS, Elan actually does it for you. It does everything in a neat little package, a wonderful UI. And not to mention, it can give you the option to connect these devices, right? What about, maybe you have a CCTV surveillance system, let's say an Elan camera. What if it detects a person coming in on your backyard? What about turning on the lights in the backyard the moment it detects a person, or even send you a push notification? How about sending you a push notification when the heating system is turned on, or if you are so inclined, or perhaps just like here in this room, you'll be able to see the moment I turn on the zone, the media zone for the cinema, the lights go on to a specific scene because I set up Reiko to do that with conjunction in Elan. The projector, just above me, there's a 1080p projector, a Sony VPL that will turn on. And not to mention, if you see right over there, there is a screen that falls down. And all this is done seamlessly through the Elan configuration, through the Elan system. So it can give you the ability to control your entire house from a single, easy-to-use UI. Absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at the chat. Has the SC1 replaced the G1? The SC100, yep, exactly. Does it? What do you? Sorry, Dean. What do you mean? Does it switch off? Let me know in the chat. All right. So our first step is the SC100. This is a controller, an Elan controller that allows us to control a single room, maybe a small system. Absolutely great. So it has an improved CPU with 6 cores Cortex ARM instead of the G1, which is the older version. The I/O is like so. We have an RS-232 output. You can see an RJ45, 3 IR outputs, a sense trigger, an audio output, and an HDMI output. Now, what's the HDMI for? We're going to talk about that, the on-screen display, okay, which is very, very cool. Then you have the audio output. So the audio output actually allows us to use the G1 as a doorbell chime. Sorry, the SC100 as a doorbell chime. Someone connects to you, push the button on the intercom, and what you can do is you can set up the G1 to output a chime, ding dong, anywhere around the house where you have ceiling speakers. All right, so no more relying on your phone, no more relying on touch screen, stuff like that. Someone calls the house, even if you're listening to something right now, it doesn't matter. Elan will say, okay, you know what? I know you're listening to someone. Here's a ding dong, and when the ding dong stops, the music comes back. It's very, very cool. All right. So that's something that's actually unique to the SC100. The other controllers don't have that. Then we have GSC2. This is now for a full system, like no limitation whatsoever, and you can see the various outputs that it has. Super popular, robust, fault-free. In fact, we're going to do some work on a GSC2 in just a moment. Then we have the GSC10. This is a rack-mountable full system. You can see so many outputs, 8 RS-232, RS-485, 10 IR outputs, 10 fault-free relays. So you can control whatever you want with the GSC10. It's absolutely great. All right, let's see some stuff in the chat. Does it have Z? Okay, so Brad's asking about the SC100. Does it have Z-Wave built in? Yes, it does. We don't have the firmware yet. Charlotte's already answering all my questions. Why do you need me? You have Charlotte. And then David's asking, passive or active speakers? No, it doesn't matter because it's the audio output from the SC100 is line level. It's not powered, so you need still some sort of amplification or active speakers. Yeah. So hopefully, David, I answered your question. Continue onwards. This is just the table of the limitations. Don't worry, I'll send it to everyone. And you can see that the SC100 or the G1 actually has these sort of limitations, only 3 thermostats, only 4 cameras, stuff like that, while the GSC2, and GSC10 can do much, much more. All right, but don't worry, we're not going to go into this. You're going to get this slide anyway. Another question before we continue. So Mike's asking, why does the Elan use RS-232 over CAT? The C4 use traditional RS-232, so they can make. So do they make a converter? Yes, they have a converter. Each GSC2 and GSC10 come with about, and SC100 come with about 6 converters. So there you go, from RJ45 to serial. Why do they use RS-232 over RJ45 Terminator? Sorry, because a lot of the systems still use RJ45. As opposed to a serial input. But yes, every controller comes with a converter, definitely, with quite a few, like 5, 6 of them. In fact, the GSC10 comes with 8 because it has 8 RS-232 outputs. There you go. So you have enough converters to last you a lifetime. All right, user interfaces. This is kind of my favorite part of Elan, because the UI is so cool. There's so much cool stuff we can do with the UI. Let's see what we have. So first of all, we have the Elan Themes. All right. So out of the box, you have all these themes, about 14 themes. They're all looking very, very well, very, very cool. They look nice, very high-end stuff. But you actually have the option to add your own themes, okay, through the theme editor. Okay, you can upload your own background, you can choose different icon sets, you can customize the fonts, the sounds, the style. We'll see afterwards, I may be able to show you some cool stuff that I made myself with the theme editor. Different colors for pretty much everything you want, if it's the buttons, if it's the icons, if it's the text, whatever. It's amazing. I'll show it to you. And then you can see here, one thing that I made. In fact, this is, of course, a stationary image, but this is an animated background. You see the little dots, the background, they actually move around. So it looks very, very cool on big screen. It's absolutely amazing. All right, so if there was no question specifically about the capability of the theme editor, which by the way, we're gonna take a look. Let's look at the Elan Touchpads. All right, so the Elan Touchpads, you know what? Give me a second. What's the rule? Show, don't tell? There you go. Let me show you. This is a 12-inch new ITP8 touchpad. All right. So they are quite cool things. They're very, very big. 12-inch. In total, there's an 8-inch version as well. This one's black. Both of them come in both black and white color. So let's see what we have here. First of all, we have camera, microphone, and speaker, so you can actually talk to other devices on the same Elan system. So I can use this to talk to a phone with the Elan app, just like FaceTime and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. Or other devices on the network, other devices on the local network, like other touchpads. It has a proximity sensor, so I can go in, I can go up to it, and it will wake up automatically. And it has both facial recognition. Literally, I can go right now up to a touchpad, and it will say, "Hello, Boaz," and give me all my favorites right there. So pretty cool. And then it has voice control interface. It has Alexa built in. You can say, "Alexa," and turn on the lights, tell me a joke, what's the weather, all that stuff. And Alexa will work from the touchpad. So very, very cool stuff overall. So like I said, come in 8 and 12 inches. Then we have the remote controls. We have the HR10 and the HR30. Again, 1 second. But I see there's a question which I love. Let's see. All right. Is it a glass panel? Yes. Full color LCD. Sorry, Aaron. In any case, hello, check out this, the HR10. Really, really cool little device. All our remote controls are based on Wi-Fi, not Zigbee, not Z-Wave. I know C4 does that, but okay, not reliable enough as far as we're concerned. This is where it goes. It has the same Wi-Fi chipset as the iPhones, okay? So they are good. And of course, we still have hard buttons. I mean, look at this. Other controllers might have much bigger screen, like half the size, but no. We at Elan, we still believe in hard buttons. And you know what? At the end of the day, if I wanted to turn on the volume, I'm not even looking at the remote, but I know using my finger, my thumb, where the volume is. That's actually the channel, right? Yeah, no, that's actually volume. There you go. And because we are tactile creatures, us human beings. So that's why it's like we still believe in hard buttons. Definitely, these 6 buttons over here, these 3 buttons over here can be macroed, so you can do whatever you want with them. You can macro them to do pretty much whatever you want on the Elan system. Turn on the lights, turn on the heating, walk the dog, whatever. Elan can do that for you. The only thing about this is that it's not touchscreen. You can see everything here, but if you want to touch anything, you need to press this button. Right? If I press the button, something might happen. And let's say clicking here. There you go. All right. And oh, the TV over here started turning on. So I need to close it, turn it off. Just like that. All right. So that's the HR10 for you. Let's see a question. Does the remote talk to the screen, or do you need a separate controller in the room? I don't. What do you mean? Let me know. I'll be happy to understand, but I'll probably need some clarification. All right, let's continue while we're waiting on Mike to clarify. So, unlike the HR10, we have the HR30. Woo! So the HR30 is the bigger, better version of the HR10. Well, the HR10 can control only a single media zone and only does not have a touch screen. This one actually has a full 2.8-inch full color LCD touchscreen. All right, so I can go here, for example, click on the lighting. There you go. And maybe I can turn off the lights. Oh, now you can't see me anymore. Oh no. And now you can see me. All right, let's see if I can get the right scene to work. 1 second. There you go. Got the right scene to work through the Reiko keypad because I don't know what I put here. That's the problem with working with a demo system. You always mess about with it. Nothing ever actually works because we actively try to break stuff. So there you go. That's the age of 30 for you. Ooh, 3 questions. Let's see. So Mike, so meant to control everything. Yes, yeah. So the remote can control pretty much everything you want. Okay, for example, here, you can only see home and media because that's just what we put there. You can decide what's actually being put in each of the remotes, each of the interfaces. You can say that the kid's phone don't have any control over the heating at all. No climate control whatsoever on the kid's phone. You can do that. It's like fully customizable. Here, however, you do have lighting, and if I wanted, I could have heating and CCTV. Well, not CCTV because it's a remote, but alarm panels, all that stuff, definitely possible. So there you go, Mike. I hope I answered your question. Brad's asking, can you use the touchscreen cameras as an NVR channel? No. No, you can't use the touchscreen camera as an NVR channel, unfortunately. I'm doubting myself. No, you can't, unfortunately. The only devices on the Elan range can do that are the cameras themselves, the CCTV cameras, and the doorbell. There you go. All right. Can the remotes output IR to local devices? Yes, the Asia 30 can. The Asia 10 cannot. No IR blaster here, just because to drop down on the pricing, but the Asia 30 can definitely. Now Dean's asking, Dean's actually saying, hi Mike, the remote talks to the screen via the controller, either by, okay, yeah, that's fine. And Mike's asking, would the remote know which room you are in automatically? No. Well, this one does, because this is just one room, right? So it's just in one room, so it will know automatically which one. But for here, let me go to media, right? And then you see the rooms button over here. There you go, a list of all the rooms. So I can say, you know what, I don't want the back wall TV room, I want the cinema room, click OK, and now I can control the zones in the cinema room. That's how you do it. No, Dean, you're absolutely right, yeah. Don't apologize, Dean, for saying the right answer. Alrighty. Let's continue, shall we? So after remotes, we have the HDMI output. It shouldn't be the Asia 30 remote. As a headline here, this is the OSD, the on-screen display. Using the SC100's HDMI output, you can have the entire Elan app, everything in the Elan app, on your TV, which is pretty cool. And then you can use your remote to go about looking at your CCTV, looking at your lighting, your heating, whatever. So that's very cool. All you need is an SC100. Then, of course, we have the PC, the Mac, the iOS, and Android apps. All of them available. The PC and Mac you can download from the web interface of the controller, and the iOS and Android, just go to Play Store, Apple Store, whatever. It's there for you. Alrighty. And now we have, well, view license, doesn't matter, don't worry about that. And then we have multi-room audio. All right, like I said, it's coming soon. So Elan used to have, up until very recently, used to have the S1616 audio matrix, which was an amazing audio matrix based on RS-232. It was robust, never ever failed. In my 3 years in Indigo, I haven't a single fault with 616. It's just great. But at the end of the day, it's gone to its end of line because it is very old and very outdated in its control. Like it's RS-232 control. Like what the hell? So Elan is actually coming out with new batch of Dante audio over IP very exciting range, of amps, of preamps, of matrices. It's great. I can't wait to talk about it. But we're going to have a separate webinar just about that, because at the end of the day, it's a big topic, and I want to make sure we give it the right amount of attention. So, like I said, multi-room audio will be coming soon. All right, question? Matthew's asking, how does the OSD switch between HDMI inputs? If you control the TV, you can control the HDMI input. For example, you say that the Skybox is on HDMI 2, the OSD is on HDMI 1. Elan will know that when you say on the remote, I want OSD, Elan will know, okay, I'm gonna change the TV's input to HDMI 1, and when you release the OSD, when you're back to SkyQ, it will know to go back to the right HDMI input. So Elan does it all for you. Ready. Multi-room video, very straightforward. We have 3 types of multi-room video. We have the standard matrix, which can do all the cool stuff, 4K up to 40 meters, 1080p up to 70 meters. All right. And HB technology, ED management, IR control through the CAT cable, all that cool stuff. Then we have the 6x6 or 8x8 premium matrices. Now, the cool part about these matrices, they're not video matrices. They're audio and video matrices at the same time. They will have they will have optical and 3.5 jack, millimeter jack audio outputs as well as audio inputs. So they're actually an 8x8 or 6x6 video matrix and a 6x6 or 8x8 audio matrix as well. All right. All you need to do is get some amps to it, and it works absolutely great. It's just absolutely lovely. And the fact that it's premium, it will have audio breakout, meaning you can have your video from the TV, your audio coming from the ceiling speakers seamlessly, no delay, no whatsoever. And we'll also have 4K up to 70 meters, 1080p up to 100 meters. You have the option for ARC balance as well, ARC audio return channel. You know, smart TVs have their own YouTube, their own Netflix, stuff like that. So all the audio from YouTube, from Netflix, right? You don't want it from the shitty TV speakers, right? You want it from your ceiling speakers. So that's how you get ARC, audio return channel, is the audio coming from the TV back to the matrix and amplified in the rack somewhere and back to your ceiling speakers easily. It just works absolutely great. And we talked about that in management, all that cool stuff. All right, I see a question, so let's see. Brad's asking, OSD through matrix possible? Yes, 100%. So Brad is asking, so you have the OSD and you want to connect your SC100 to the matrix, and by doing so, seeing the on-screen display in every TV that you put in? Yes, the answer is yes. However, the OSD can only be set up in a single zone, so you may need to do a bit of changes there, but it is possible, definitely. Last but not least on our presentation, before we go to actually programming some very, very, very basic stuff on the Elan, is of course video over IP. All right, so video over IP, you, instead of just having 6x6 or 8x8 matrix, stuff like that, how about I told you that you can have limitless, absolutely limitless audio video system all throughout the house, completely decentralized. And it can go up to 100 meters 4K. Well, if you said video RP, you're right. Because with the video RP system, all you need is one control module, one switch, one transmitter, one receiver. So one receiver per TV, one transmitter per source, and you are set to go. So the way it works is that you connect, say, your SkyQ or your Blu-rays or your Rokus to your transmitter. Transmitter connects itself via a Cat6 cable to a dedicated separate switch, and that switch knows that on the other end there is a receiver. That's a receiver number 1, for example. It will have a designated ID. That receiver number 1 will receive that specific stream of up to 4K, up to 100 meters away. It's an amazing technology, robust, and you know what? It only requires a 1 gigabit network switch, which is like 300, 400 pounds. It's not. It's very, very cost effective. Absolutely amazing. You have the limit. The soft limit is around 700 devices. So you need 700 TVs and 700 sources to actually go to the limit of it. And even then, you can bypass the limit and get to up to 16,000, which of course is just, essentially, like I said, limitless. All right, there's a question. Matt asking, is OSD only available on the SC100? Yes. Only the SC100 has an HDMI output. The GSC2 and the GSC10 do not have an HDMI output, therefore OSD impossible. Hopefully I answered your question. All right. More questions, brilliant. I will check it out. All right, so Melvin's asking, is that 4K 444 or 420? That's a great question, Melvin. So 4K 444 420 is what's called the chroma sampling. Okay, either 444 being the full range of the color, or 420 the color being algorithmically reduced to allow for the reduction of speed. It can be 444, but you'll have to downgrade the FPS to do that. So it's either 444 at 30 hertz or 420 at 60 hertz, because something just has to give. But yeah, you can get, with the later firmwares, they're working on it right now, you can get 444 at 60 hertz, but it's not out there yet, but it will be very, very soon. Great question, Melvin. Love it. All right, so my good friends, unless there are any more questions, we're at the end of the presentation, but definitely not at the end of the webinar. Let me take a look at something. All right, so I'm going to tell you what I'm actually doing right now. What I'm doing right now is this. The Elan programming is done through GTools or the cloud management, the Elan cloud management. Both of these are unfortunately Windows only. Seeing that I have a Mac here, I will actually TeamViewer into my own PC because I want to show you everything there is to know about the Elan. So give me a second. Let me find my TeamViewer password. Brilliant, cool stuff. Let me get back to Showtime. Let me look at another question. Rakesh is asking, what would a 3-bed house setup look like with 4 TVs and music to all rooms? Okay, Rakesh. So he's asking, what would a 3-bed house setup look like with 4 TVs and music in all rooms? Okay, so I would say most likely I would use the 4x4 matrix, the Elan 4x4 matrix, or perhaps a Pulse 8 matrix, because Elan has drivers for Pulse 8 as well, with one of the new Dante 8-channel 8-zone amps, and probably the Elan Duet to give you some music as well, with Spotify integrated to Elan, and to top it off with the GSC2. Why GSC2 and not a GSC10? Well, that kind of depends on the IR outputs, the IR situation. If all your TVs right now can only be controlled via IR, then you're probably going to go with the GSC10, which has 10 IR outputs. So 4 of them will go for the TVs, and others for sources and redundancies, as you know. If your TVs are IP based, I would actually go with the GSC2. Only 4 IR outputs on the GSC2, but if you can use them to control your sources or maybe some other stuff, and the TVs will be fine. So Rakesh, hopefully I answered your question. Please let me know otherwise. All right. So first of all, let me start sharing my screen. All right. Again, please let me know if you can see me. See my screen. Yes, brilliant. Thank you very much. We're actually going to go for TeamViewer because, like I said, we need a Windows machine to get Elan to work properly. Not the UI, of course. The UI can work on Mac, on iOS, whatever. But the programming side will require a Windows machine. So let me just make sure. I'm going to go back very, very quickly. Everyone seeing my screen, the G tools over here? Yeah, very, very quickly, let me know. Brilliant. Yes, these are a lot of systems, Matthew, correct. All the systems I've logged in through the years. Actually, not many, because I changed PCs about a year ago. So this is just a year's worth of the networks. Regardless, here's my system, Indigo Training 2. I have a lot of training systems, of course, and the password, which I can tell you is training 1 if you really, really want to log in remotely. This is GTools. This is the old interface for programming. We also have the new interface called the EMC, the Elan Management Cloud, which is going to open right now. And I can log in. Yep. Where's my password? Brilliant. All right. This is the cloud management software. It allows us to set up locations, clients. It can allows me to to get some watch lists and actually get specific emails when something is down. Okay, this system, for example, that's offline. I need to know why that is. So if so, I probably got an email saying, "Hey, this system is offline." But not just specific systems. I can get emails from the EMC, from the Elan Management Cloud, about specific subsystems. I can get emails about the RACO system, lighting system goes off, a specific TV, or maybe even a specific thermostat. Whatever you want, you decide how to set up these alarms. And you know what? At the end of the day, this EMC can give you the ability, check it out, the ability to know about something going wrong before your customer does, and then log in easily and without issue, just like that, before even the customer knows, even set everything up, maybe power cycle, maybe troubleshoot before they're even aware anything has happened, which is very, very cool. Let me take a look very quickly. Just let me know in the chat. I will periodically look at the chat. Just let me know if there are any issues, if you can't see me, stuff like that. So let's take a look first at our UI. Okay, this is a UI of a very, very simple system that there's nothing there whatsoever. But I can go here. Very secure password 1234, but no worry, you can change it to yourselves. I can go here to configure this station and change my theme. All right, I can go to this theme, for example, maybe this theme, Desert Sunset. All right, but I can also create my own theme. This very, very simple. Go to new theme, choose from the available ones, or even choose from some other systems, like so. All right. So from a background, from a custom background, like so. I can click here and start finding my own. Though of course I already picked a background for you that I've downloaded from the internet. Just make sure everyone can see me. No questions. Just let me know in the chats if you can't, please, so I'll know. So far, knock on wood, we didn't have any issues. After selecting my background, I can select the icon set. Let me go for default. And from here on out, I can do pretty much whatever I want. I can change the navigation scheme. Let's do flipbook this time. Change the font. Let's go for photo light. Right, you saw it changed, didn't you? So many options for so much customization. You can create a theme, spend on it half an hour easily, and then you'll be able to set the theme, save it, export it, and put it on your next system just as easily. So cool to do. Let me apply this. And there you go. Here's my new Elan theme working like this. All good, brilliant. I'm very conscious about this, so I want to make sure we get everything right. All right. So here is the Elan configurator. This is how we set up all the programming. Now, this is not a programming course. This is not a full programming webinar, so I'm not going to do everything at once. I'm going to show you something very, very, very simple. I'm actually going to integrate my Rayco lighting system. All right. So if I want, I can go to the lighting system right here. Oh, it's already there. Let me just delete it really quick so we can do it again. So if anyone wants, you can check how long it took me to integrate Rayco. All right, so I need to go for Rayco system right here, the Rayco bridge, click OK. Put the address, which I believe is 31. Let me see if I'm actually right about that. And the interface, which is, of course, again, Rayco. Discover devices. And there you go. Rayco, the entirety of the Rayco system that I've programmed in the office is now with me on the Elan side. How long did it take me? 5 seconds. That was so easy to do. Absolutely amazing programming. So cool. Question. All right. Oh, no, that's Craig for you. That's great. It was answered, but Craig, your input is always valuable. All right. So why did I choose Rayco lighting? I will show you because I want to show you something very, very cool, which is the custom pages. All right. So I can create now a new custom page in Elan and pretty much do what I want with it. So let me call it a test page right here. Could be, let's call it lounge. Okay. I can go here to the large format. You can see you can do different types of the HR30, the HR10. So each format can actually be seen differently. Go right now. Go to home. Make sure it's actually there. Yeah, lounge is there. And I can add a control to my system. So I can do whatever I want. Let's see about adding a calendar, or maybe, yeah, a calendar would be cool. All right, let me just be here. Start doing here. Start doing, oops. Can you get a bit bigger? I want to see that. And there you go, applied. Again, going back here. Oh, here's my calendar. That's so cool. It's done automatically. So I go here, and you know what? I'm going to go and do a lighting dimmer. Cool. I'm going to connect it to my demo room main spots. Supply. No, why should I do that? I want to do it. Let's make them the same width. See how easy it is? It's amazing. Press apply. Now let's go back and see if there are any questions, anything in the chat. Dean, what do you mean lighting integrated, but we need? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm behind you on this one. All right. Going back, and there you go. You see that I have this available to me. Go here, and you can see right now behind me what happens. The lights actually go out because yeah, I'm controlling the actual ecosystem here. How cool is that? What else can we do? So much we can do here. How about I add a, what do you want to add? Let's do a weather forecast. Sorry. And click apply. And there you go. Now I have a weather forecast. All I need to do is actually add my weather stuff and it will arrive there. It's so easy to do. So my point here is that the Elan programming allows you to create these beautiful, bespoke, unique, tailored, custom interfaces, which you can do whatever you want. There are, and I will show you, there are literally dozen types of controls. Let me see, I can create a button, for example, a toggle button, which I can set up as gates. I can turn on the gates, right? Turn them on or off. And by right-clicking them, I can create a macro that will link them to a relay, to a door strike, to whatever I want. It's so easy to do. Any questions so far? All right. No questions. That's brilliant. And so instead of clicking here to this empty system, I want to show you a few more things. We'll go here to the Indigo experience system. Click on the viewer. I'll show you. So this is the home, security panel, which you can arm and disarm, virtual, don't worry. A lock, literally a Z-Wave lock, which you can do. A climate control, which you can actually do the full range of the scheduling right here. And of course, lighting, which is my favorite because this is something I created. Took me about 2 minutes to create. It's really, really cool. You can put your own icons. You can put whatever you want. It's very, very nice. Media, of course. Yeah, close it on by accident. Media, and of course, CCTV. Any questions so far, my good friends? Questions, yes. All right, Dominic is asking, so options for video stream. Can you get news, for example? No, no, sorry. When you say video stream, it's the CCTV feed, yeah. So it's not actual news stream. It's one of the CCTV feeds, either the cameras or the NVR or the touchpad. So if I go back here, and quickly, I can go here. Let's go for this test page. There you go. It's very nice, isn't it? I can make sure that it actually is the kitchen. I think that's the only one that's actually connected at the moment. Again, Do, 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 do. There you go, custom page with a CCTV feed. So yeah, video stream would be a CCTV feed, stuff like that. And you can see I can do whatever I want with this. Cabinet lights going on, and the main lights going down. There you go. Very, very cool overall. So there you go. That was, I thought, let me know if that answered your question, Dominic. Matt's asking, what, if any, third-party alarm system does Elan integrate with? The most popular would be Texicom. That's from my experience. For specificity on alarm systems, I will share with everyone a PDF by Elan telling everything that's actually connected. Michael's asking, Ajax can be integrated with Elan? Off the top of my head, I am not sure, but again, the PDF will tell you exactly. Paul's asking, how could you pull direct RTSP stream from an IP encoder? Is there a resolution restriction with CCTV stream? Yes. So first of all, yes. Could you pull a direct RTSP stream? Yeah. Elan has the ability to add RTSP stream, OnVIF, URL, RTSP, Axis, Hikvision, all those, okay? But you're asking what the resolution restriction in the CCTV stream? Probably 1080p would be the absolute max. But generally speaking, resolution isn't the issue specifically, because the restriction in resolution will most likely be the actual interface that's showing, like this, for example. This will restrict the type of resolution. This, of course, can't do 4K. Elan's restriction mostly comes with the bit rate of the stream. Okay, so bit rate, the number of bits being sent per second. With Elan, you can probably go for 3K bit rate, and that's about it. And even then, I would say let's keep it on 2048, 2048 bit rates per second. And more than that, Elan just can't handle it. I mean, it's not geared toward 4K CCTV feed. It just doesn't. Like, what's the point of it? So Paul and Michael, I hope, and Matt, I hope I answered your questions. All right. We are at 3 o'clock, so that's exactly 1 hour into the webinar. My attention is now to you guys. This was a taste of the Elan products and the systems, and a bit of taste on what Elan can do in terms of the UI, in terms of programming. Okay, usually the Elan course is 2 very, very intensive 2 days. All right, some of you have been to the training, I believe. Let me just take a look at the systems. Dean and Matt, I know you've done training. I thought Scott, yeah, Scott, you've done as well. But yeah, that's about it. So for those of you who haven't, once everything blows over in terms of coronavirus, more than happy to have you here in lovely Bangor, Northern Ireland. We'll take you out, get you a nice hotel, and teach you all there is to know about Elan. So this was a very, very short intro into how the programming looks like, and you can see the programming is so easy to do. Oops, sorry, I think I removed the screen share. There you go, back again. You can see that the programming is so easy to do, because at the end of the day, all it requires is point and click. That's all there is to it. Right? If I wanted to add, if I wanted to add a TV, for example, all I need to do is go here and say, yes, I want an LG TV. Yes, I want a Samsung TV. And yes, I want a Sony TV. Right? Click OK. And all there is to it. All I need to do is put the IP address and we're done. We have control over the Sony. So Elan's really all about making sure that you as an installer have the least amount of work programming the system. And you know what? I think they've done pretty well. All right. I'm going to stop my screen share right now and ask you guys, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Are you looking, is there anything you'd like to know more about on the Elan? Everything you need. You know what? There is, again, a survey at the end of this webinar, specifically meant to get your opinion, your feedback on what we can do better, what we're going to talk about next, and what in Elan intrigues you, what you want to know more about. All right. I have a question. It's brilliant. Dominic says, "Take my money." All right. Sure. I'll send you my PayPal if that's fine. Rakesh is saying, "Looks like a great product. Just got to get myself on the training." Yes, Rakesh, definitely. Come on training. Once everything blows over, we'll do that. We're actually considering seeing that it's not going to blow over, unfortunately, very soon. We're considering doing an online training. Yes, Edward, exactly. Because we canceled the one for April, the training for April. We're definitely thinking about a full 2-day webinar online course for Elan in lieu of the one in April that was unfortunately canceled. It was very disappointing on everyone. So yeah, definitely watch this space. Dean, no comment by me. No comment. And let's see, more questions coming up. Gabby's up for a 2-day webinar. Great to know. Mike's saying, how does the license work and what's the yearly RRP for the end user? Are you talking about the user licenses? Because I haven't really talked about that. If you wanted to look at slide 17, out of the box, the Elan comes up with 2 concurrent seats, meaning that if I log in from my phone, you log in from your phone, no one else can log in from their phone unless I log out. So this is just a limitation. And of course, Elan provides a GVSL, a license for 30 additional seats. And this is a one-off, right? Not yearly, not monthly, no nothing. It's a one-off. You bought it, you got it. It's yours. In fact, a lot of times, if there's any issue with your controller and you already have a license attached to that controller, and you need to replace the controller for some reason and it's within warranty, I will personally replace the license as well for you, okay? So nothing, there's no yearly RP, no nothing for the end user. It's one-off, that's it. And Michael's asking, do you need to pay for drivers? Oh, that's actually a great question, Michael. So Elan has a very big library of drivers, like a huge library of drivers, IR, IP, whatever, okay, RS-232, all of it. However, yes, there are quite a lot of third-party driver developers. I can think of, just on top of my head, Xiaomi Software, Innovo.net, Intrinsic, that's how they're called. These are third-party driver developers, and they offer their own drivers for purchase fee. And these are third-party drivers, meaning that I don't even know how they work, so I'm not the best authority on them. Check out the website. I know that Innovo and Xiaomi, they offer free drivers for demo room shows, for showrooms, okay, for your demo systems. So you can just check them out yourself. I have a license key by Xiaomi to give me everything I want. So I have all the drivers. I can tell you some of them are absolutely amazing. Like the FTT one, pretty cool, and very good. But I can't officially comment on any of the third-party drivers because, as you know, if it doesn't work, there's nothing Elan can do or me can do about it. You have to take it up with the driver developer. So, Michael, that was for you for drivers. Some of them, the third-party ones, yeah, you need to purchase them. Everything else within the Elan library, nope, all free. Brad is asking, Michael, you can make your one-way drivers in the software if you have RS2. Yeah, definitely. So Brad is saying, that it is possible if you have like a device with RS-232 commands, for example, projectors, and you want to create a driver for them, you can do it pretty easily. But those will be a very, very simple one-way driver. When we talk about the ones for sale, the purchasable ones, they're very, very high-end two-way IP drivers. Very, very good, by the way. So you can check them out. Let's take a look at the chat. Online classification training would be great. I completely agree. Aha, yes, Charlotte, you asked me to do it, but I forgot. You are correct. Indigo offers a pre-programming service, okay? What does that mean? That means if you don't have the time, if you want to focus on just the proper physical installation, what I can do, I can talk to you about your system, and we can work together, and then I can build your system. I can program the entire system from scratch here in the office. If you're buying our amps, if you're buying our matrices, I will bench test all the inputs, all the outputs, make sure everything works, all right? And then I will send this to you, the controller, the matrices, the amps, whatever you want, and all you need to do is hook them up, connect them, and they're good to go. Really that. So all the programming can be done by us. That's the Indigo pre-programming service. Charlotte, you are correct. Dean's asking, what's the news on the builder program? What do you mean? Waiting for Dean to answer. In any case, Elan builder program, like what, the driver builder? All right, so I think Craig knows better than me about that. In any case, what's the cost of pre-programming? Nothing. So Michael's asking what's the cost of the pre-programming, and look at Danny and Charlotte. Immediately they jump up, says it's free, but yeah, it is free. Yeah, exactly. It's the price of the equipment. Rakesh, you're correct. That is the price of the pre-programming. So I'm going to give you about 10, 15 more seconds to get all your questions out of the system. And those of you who have survived my 5-webinar week, you're going to get a medal. I'm going to send you a medal by mail. I'm going to post you a medal. But seriously, thank you, everyone. If you joined just this webinar, if you joined all the 5, thank you so much for listening to me rambling on. I hope this was useful. I hope this was informative. Check out your emails. Check out our social media. We're going to send out even more webinars in the coming weeks, because we all know this is something we can do right now. Everyone's holed up. And again, thank you very much for coming. I hope we'll see better days. Stay safe, stay healthy. Let's see if there are any more questions. Just reading up the chat really, really quickly. Brilliant. All right, cool stuff. Cheers, everyone. Catch you later. And please, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.